Paul McCartney and John Lennon were the principal songwriters and creative forces behind the Beatles, having written the majority of the band's songs. In the early years, the two frequently collaborated closely, but as artistic differences grew during the latter half of the 1960s, they began composing more independently. They would later bring their individual songs to each other for feedback and refinement. In 1972, music scholar Wilfred Mellers reflected on their songwriting dynamic, stating that the contrast in their personalities created a strong creative energy. He noted that Lennon's rebellious and intense approach was balanced by McCartney's poetic sensitivity, while McCartney's optimistic nature was grounded by Lennon's toughness. However, McCartney and Lennon were not the only contributors to the band's catalog. George Harrison also emerged as a skilled songwriter, though he reportedly had to struggle at times to have his contributions recognized, given that Lennon and McCartney largely steered the group's creative direction. In the band's earlier days, Harrison had composed several songs that the Beatles recorded, and he was eventually granted a designated number of songs per album. As the band matured, Harrison produced some of their most beloved tracks, including Something, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and Here Comes the Sun. Altogether, he wrote 22 songs that were recorded by the group. Drummer Ringo Starr also made songwriting contributions, most notably with Octopus's Garden and the 1968 track Don't Pass Me By. The latter, which appeared on the White Album, marked the first song by Starr that the band recorded. Although the song wasn't officially recorded until 1968, Starr had initially shared it with the band not long after joining, and mentions of the song had surfaced in interviews as early as 1963 and 1964. In the Beatles anthology, Starr shared how Don't Pass Me By came to be. He recalled that the song was born during a quiet moment at home when he was casually playing the piano. Since he only knew a few chords on both the piano and guitar, he would simply tinker with the instruments until a melody and lyrics formed. That's how the song came to life. He was alone, experimenting with music, and the idea emerged naturally. He also said the song had a country music feel and expressed excitement about finally having one of his own compositions recorded. The experience of working on the track, including collaborating with a flamboyant violinist, was described by him as thrilling and supported by his bandmates. Despite its early origins, Don't Pass Me By was only recorded in mid-1968, during sessions held in June and July. Starr provided the lead vocals, and the song was initially referred to by working titles such as Ringo's Tune Untitled and This Is Some Friendly. Producer George Martin also attempted to contribute an orchestral introduction for the track. He later explained that the unconventional opening had been crafted for Lennon because the group was unsure how to approach Starr's composition. Ultimately, the introduction was considered too unusual and was abandoned.